We're going paperless, the general counsel announced, leaning back in his chair with a smug grin. Your system is archaic. He said it in front of the board, in front of buyers, in front of everyone whose respect I'd earned over years of quiet diligence. Archaic. That was his word for me. I didn't flinch. I simply closed my binder, tucked the signed documents inside, and let them believe I'd been made irrelevant. What they didn't know was that my archaic habit would become the noose around his neck. When I joined the company, it was nothing more than a family-owned business clawing for survival. I stayed late, learned the contracts line by line, made sure every deal was airtight. I believed in it, not because of the money, but because it meant something. Stability, continuity. Then he came, the new GC. Expensive suit, Ivy League credentials, a Rolodex full of names he liked to drop in conversation. He didn't respect the grind. He wanted shortcuts. Digital signatures, streamlined processes, loopholes dressed up as efficiency. He called me a relic. And I suppose, to him, I was. A woman with stacks of papers, insisting on wet ink originals when the world was uploading everything to clouds. But relics, I've learned, outlast trends. I noticed the betrayal before anyone else. The deal was worth $90 million, a merger dressed as a partnership. He assured the board everything was secure. The buyers, he said, had digitally executed their side. He bragged about speed, about how my method would have slowed everything down. And then the buyers made their move. They tried to void the contract, claimed no enforceable document existed. Digital copies had been lost, metadata conveniently corrupted. Panic rippled through the office. Millions were about to evaporate. And the GC, Mr. Paperless himself, couldn't find a single valid copy. I could have spoken up immediately, but revenge is timing, not impulse. So I let him twist. I let him sweat in meetings, scrambling for files that didn't exist. I let the board glare at him, let his confidence rot under pressure. And only when I saw the first crack in his armor, his hand trembling as he adjusted his tie, did I strike. I texted him a photo, one page, the wet ink original, signed by every party, sealed with their initials. My initials, too. The copy I had insisted on keeping, against his orders. Within seconds, my phone rang. His voice was low, shaken. Where did you get that? You told me paper was useless, I said, so I kept it for myself. Silence. Then, muffled, I heard him whisper to someone in the room with him, "We have to buy it back from her." That was the moment the tables turned. For once, he was powerless. I had what he needed, and he knew I wasn't giving it for free. I made him wait. 3 days. 3 days of circling lawyers, frantic board meetings, sleepless nights on his part. 3 days of silence from me. Then, when the tension was thick enough to choke on, I walked into the boardroom, binder in hand. Every eye turned to me. He avoided my gaze, his arrogance ground into dust. I placed the original on the table, carefully, like a surgeon laying down a scalpel. "This," I said, "is the contract you almost lost." The board leaned in. Pages turned. Relief spread across their faces as they realized the deal was enforceable. $90 million saved. And then I turned to him. "You called my work archaic," I said softly, "but it's the only reason this company still stands." The fallout was immediate. The board didn't fire him, not yet. They did worse. They cut him out. Every meeting, every deal, he was sidelined. Authority stripped piece by piece, while I was pulled closer, trusted, elevated. His smirk never returned. I watched him shrink day after day, reduced to a man clutching his degree while everyone remembered the woman with the ink. Do I regret it? No. Because betrayal isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a smirk, a dismissal, a man telling you you're obsolete. And revenge isn't always fire. Sometimes it's patience, precision. He thought he'd buried me under progress, but when the buyers tried to erase us, it wasn't his cloud that saved the company. It was my binder, my ink, my hands, the relic. And that relic now runs the show.